attention to that man behind the curtain.
Who are you?
I don't know. I mean, I live stream games and stuff every day, so that could be technically a podcast.
Every day?
Yeah,
What
almost.
do you play?
All types of games, bro. I be playing Call of Duty. I be playing some old like PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 1
For
games.
real?
Yeah, Xbox games like you heard of NFL Street?
Street.
NFL Street? No.
Nah.
Yeah, those are like some classic games from like the 90s.
NFL Street.
Yeah. NBA Street
NBA Street, I remember.
1, 2, and 3. I be playing those. Just all the games I used to play when I was a kid.
Right.
Just to try to keep, my childhood alive.
You
a
got
little
to,
bit,
dog. Hey, dog, you really got to. Like, if you look around my place, dog, you'd be like, a kid probably lives here. You know what I mean?
No, I love it. That's why, bro.
Streaming, though. I never got into streaming. That's probably because it's just before, like, I didn't have that growing up, for real.
There's this dude on YouTube that I've been watching. His name's Speed. His name is Speed.
Wasn't he just here?
Yeah. He went to Manny Pacquiao's house.
That's so random, dog. Like, cause I seen him on, I seen him on TikTok one time, and all of a sudden he's here, like, and boxing with Manny. I'm like, what the hell? Did you meet him while he was here?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. He's big though, cause I think for his YouTube, I think he just passed like 35 million subscribers or something like that.
Damn.
Just off of live streaming, like he'll just go across the country or across the world,
Yeah.
and he'll just live stream himself doing like whatever, just being himself, and people are watching, bro.
That's crazy.
It's amazing, bro.
Just live streaming.
Yeah, bro. Media is so different nowadays, bro.
What? Like, did you watch that kind of stuff before you got into it?
Most of the stuff I used to watch was just video games, just like Call of Duty.
Right.
I really used to just watch Call of Duty all the time, and some of my favorite streamers, or even Fortnite. I watched Fortnite also.
Right.
I don't know if you heard of Ninja. You heard of Ninja?
No.
No.
Ninja. That's a person or a game?
It's a person's name for his live stream.
Oh, okay.
So like he's a character.
Got you.
Kinda.
Got you.
But yeah, that's when I started really watching like video games and like live streaming and stuff.
Okay.
Because when it was like that's when it started to really pop off. And there was like millions and millions and millions of people watching that game, Fortnite. They made tournaments out of it.
Right.
There was tournaments that was like costing like $1 million if you won.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's different, bro.
Yeah, that's different, dog. I don't know about that stuff. We used to have, I remember growing up, they had like, I would see on the news like Tetris tournaments. And shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I would even look at that like, dudes are going to that? Like, but it's a thing. I mean, it makes sense just as much as people like, consume content.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watch stuff like I play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it, but I play because of the zombies. Like I'm stuck on Black Ops.
Yeah, yeah.
The Black Ops zombies. Like,
there's a new Black Ops coming out, right?
yeah.
You gonna play the zombies?
What?
You gonna play the zombies on the new Black Ops?
Maybe. I mean, I'm still stuck on Black Ops 1.
Oh, dang.
Kino de Toten. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
I want to try it out though. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I got some of my teammates. They play Call of Duty,
Okay.
the multi joint,
Okay.
and I just listen because
Yeah.
I know if I play, I would be the weak link for
I
sure.
got you. I feel like it's been one of the things that I kind of was interested in when I was a kid. I mean, when I was a kid, my parents would see me in the middle of the night playing video games, bro. When I
Right.
was like 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, not playing basketball. I was playing video games
Right.
on like Super Nintendo 64, the old ones.
Yeah.
And they would be getting mad at me just because I was playing video games like super early in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since I started to grow up, I kind of fell away from video games a little bit, and then I started playing basketball. Then that's when I found like a second love for basketball. And then especially watching my brother grow up, because we're like 6 years different on our age.
Yeah, that's huge when you're younger. Yeah.
So like when I was in junior high, I would watch him in high school. When I was in high school, he would be in college, so I would watch his games. And then when I was in college, he was in the PBA now. So
Right.
like it's like seeing a future that you can kind of have in a
Right.
way. Um, but yeah, it's cool. And then ever since I started living on my own and like met my wife, she really encouraged me to just like get back to being myself. So and being myself is playing video games, bro. I love
Yeah.
playing video games. So yeah, that's how I kind of found live streaming and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
cool, bro. It's
Like
real cool. Yeah.
an outlet from, especially with the shit that happens in our industry. You need an outlet, bro.
Yes, bro.
You need an outlet. No, that's great,
Stress.
man. That's awesome that that your wife is, kind of pushed you towards that,
Mhm.
because that's definitely been the key for me, like coming back to myself and like really honoring the things that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, and not even having to enjoy like the stuff that I enjoy, to just like recognizing the parts of me. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right.
that's
Right. Right.
huge, dog. You need that, because, like I said, I just told somebody this recently. Like, you know, if you're not intentional with like where you want to be or who
Mhm.
you are, then you just get swept by
Yeah.
the waves of other people's, expectations
Yeah.
or intentions. Like, so that's cool, man. How old are you?
27. I
27.
just turned 27
When?
on the 16th.
This month?
Yeah.
Oh wow, happy belated, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You didn't post anything, did you? Yeah, you're not one of those.
No. I mean, I'm trying to get on it now just because I just want to kind of show, or not really show, I kind of want to have like a memory,
Right.
like a photo book or like because nobody really makes photo albums anymore.
Yeah, they should though.
You know
But
what I
yeah,
mean?
no. Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to really just post for memories. So like if my kid grows up or if I'm a little bit older now, I can look back like 2-3 years from now and be like, oh damn, I actually made a lot of videos.
Yeah.
I saw my kid. He's like, he wasn't even moving in a stroller, but now he's running around talking. You know?
Right.
And I want him to be able to be like, oh, dang, Dad, that's how I look. That's how I look when I was
Right.
younger. I was like, yeah, bro, that's how you look. So
That's funny. That's weird, because I was thinking about that recently too. I have a 15. Well, my eldest is turning 15 next month,
okay,
and like he doesn't have social media, but he'll get it. Obviously,
Yeah.
he'll get it eventually,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so now, like for the last like year or so, I'm mindful of that. Like, what shit do I not want him to see? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or if is he gonna see this and be like, what was Dad on? Like,
yeah.
so I'm mindful. That's crazy. Like,
Mhm.
it's just a different time, man. Like, I can't imagine growing up in this. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like,
It's different.
what's it gonna turn into?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, where would we go from here? I wonder.
I don't know. I remember the days when it was just like you just go outside to play, or like you go outside to throw a football with your brothers or with like your friends or whatever, or
Right.
you would just run to your friend's house, say, "Oh, let's go get some candy or something at the store."
Yeah,
But now it's like everybody's indoors, everybody's on their cell phone.
man. I'm
Everybody's
glad to
watching
hear
TV.
that, man. It's like, what you said, you just turned 27.
Yeah,
So I got you by 15 years.
yeah,
Like, I'm glad to hear that. Like, that was still alive and well at your, you know
yeah.
what I mean,
In my youth.
in your youth.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's fucking digital age, man. It's digital. We got digital parenting and digital life, childhoods,
Yeah.
and that's good, man.
It's hard to balance sometimes though, like to balance the being kind of seen on social media and then balancing the life of like not wanting social media at all.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard because like that's literally the world we live in now, right? We live in the world now where it's like everything is broadcasted, everything is on social media.
Yeah, and that's standard everywhere
Yeah.
globally. Now, how much more for guys like for us in
Yeah.
our industry,
Yeah.
right? Like, people have an unhealthy habit of wanting to, dig into your life and see what you're into and get all into your shit and your business. And it's like, one of the things for me, I've been on since maybe a couple years into my career, like into the PBA.
Yeah.
I just started shutting shit down. Like, I didn't want to share my life with
Mhm.
nobody. I didn't want nobody. Like, I'm in the house because, like my name got thrown around a few times, and
Okay.
you know what I mean. Like I just was like, that ain't who I am at my core.
Mhm.
Like I don't like being involved with shit. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, I'm just gonna stick to myself, and I think I benefited from it, but it's definitely hard to do to protect like your energy or protect your
Yeah.
privacy.
Yeah.
Because everybody's always looking and what's he up to, and then you post a little something, and then they make a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, man, like
Can I just live my life?
exactly, duh, exactly, like man,
Goodness.
go do something useful with yourself, and then maybe you won't be so interested in somebody
Right.
else's life. Like that's
It's funny you mentioned that too, because I think there was a time in my life where I don't remember the year, but I remember when I deleted all my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I deleted everything
yeah.
for like a good maybe 6 months to a year,
Wow.
and man, it was like the best time of my life.
Yeah,
It was the
that
best time of my
disconnection.
life
Yeah.
because I started reading books. I started trying to learn about like businesses, what kind of skills I can try to learn to
Yeah.
apply to my own life, and then I found a lot of love in books, like I said, and just like soul searching,
Yeah.
finding myself. Like what else do I like besides video game? What else do I like besides basketball? And then I started making videos on YouTube, and I was like, oh wow, I can actually do this. Oh, I
Yeah.
can actually edit videos my own. I can actually make it the way I want to make it.
Right.
So, oh, and then I got like I went back home and I started meditating too. I started working out even more, just like getting a daily routine. I started waking up at 5 a.m.
There you go,
because I read this book. It's called The 5 a.m. Routine.
Robin Sharma.
Yep,
Yeah.
that one. And I was reading that back home when I went to the States. The last time I went home, it was like 2021 or 2022.
Yeah.
I read that book every day.
I love that book.
That
yeah.
book inspired me to wake up before 5 even.
Yeah.
I didn't even need an alarm. It was so crazy because I would wake up, go outside, and you know how it is in the States. The weather's nice always in the morning,
Yeah.
especially when the sun's about to come up. So I would go right outside in front of my yard, sit on the grass, and just sit there for like 5-10 minutes. It's like, damn, life is actually
Yeah.
beautiful, bro.
Oh man.
Beautiful.
I was in the States for a couple months before this conference, and one of the things I did mostly, like most consistently, was just taking my shoes off and laying out in the grass,
Yeah.
like grounding. It's the best, man.
When you just feel like how life is, or just if you just feel Earth, it's like, dang, why is so many people like caught up in so many things, bro? Like nobody needs to be stressed so much
Yeah.
about so many things, but
You know what's funny about that is like, I'll be 100% in that moment of like exactly that. Like, man, life is not bad. Yeah, you might have some shit going on. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then a month later in the grind, I'm the same as the rest of the motherfuckers. Like, man, what the fuck? I'm mad and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Emotional
I feel that.
and triggered. So it's like I had one of my buddies on here, Gab, maybe like last month, and we were talking about how important it is to constantly realign yourself and like
Yes.
remind yourself, whether
Yeah.
it's like being in a state of gratitude,
Yeah.
and just constantly remembering like this is who I am, and these are the things that are going on in my life, and kind of like get away from that negative track of,
Yeah.
because I know for sure I fall to that a lot. I'll spiral, and it's in those times where I can break that train of thought, where I'm like, oh wait, it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so easy to attach to those things. What kind of books are you reading now? What are you reading now?
Right now I'm reading The 48 Laws of Power. That one. I forgot Robert Greene. Robert Greene.
Yeah. Somebody just gifted me, I think that one. Was it 48 Laws of Power?
That's a good book.
Yeah. I got The Laws of Human Nature. I read
We
that
got hella
one.
books over here. Hold on.
Yeah. What's this other one? I got the something Seduction. The Law of Seduction or something like that.
Oh, I read this one. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a good one too.
There's a lot of good ones, man. I'm big on, most of my books are all self-development,
Yeah, I like it, bro.
spiritual stuff, different types of spiritual um, perspectives. You know what I mean? Like one of my buddies gifted me the Quran. I started reading that, and that was super interesting. I read the Tao. Have you heard of Tao? It's
No.
kind of it's a I want to say it's founded in like Chinese spirituality or something like that. But all of them have a very similar link in different ways. But from different perspectives and how, different ways of wording. And it's just really cool to see, man. Just kind of get it from all angles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's one of the books that like really caught your eye when you were reading it?
I wasn't never a big reader. It wasn't until I got out here actually and just had more time. And at some point when you face yourself enough, you're like, fuck, I guess I need to see what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get it.
So honestly, like the first thing that made me like almost excited to read or want to read more was reading Proverbs in the Bible. So somebody gifted me my first Bible when I was just about to graduate from college. And it was super weird because I wasn't a spiritual guy back then, and I was more the devil than anything. And this guy I went to high school with, who also went to college with me, gave me a Bible. I went to a Bible study, something like that, a prayer meeting or something randomly on campus. And he was like, yeah, read Proverbs. And I started reading it, and I went from reading a couple passages to staying up for like 4 hours, just like really digesting. Like, what? I was calling dudes like, hey, man, I was reading this in Proverbs. And I'm like, no, that was the weirdest. Like, this dude talking about the Bible. But so that's where it started, where I started realizing, like, oh, I actually like enjoy reading. And I got here and I started reading other things. So after that, there are so many good books, man.
Do you think that
There's so many good books.
you think that you would say you're a God believer?
I'm a believer in a creator and a greater something greater. Yeah, a higher
creator.
Yeah, like and I don't know how to even put that into a tangible, like what I see or what I believe is there. Like I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's just like this is too elaborate to just be an accident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I'm trying to figure out. That's where I'm at on my journey. Like, who is God? Like, I know what I've been told. Yeah. I grew up Catholic. I was born again shortly before coming to the Philippines. I let go of all that and just started asking questions, and a lot of them were left unanswered. But I just believe that there's something.
No, I get it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a journey to go through. Yeah. It's definitely something like you got to really like research about. You got to study about. It's like another thing about just learning more about yourself, right? And I think that it's something that people kind of have a hard time with too. Yeah. Because there's people that super God believers. There's people that believe in the hell of Buddhism. There's people that believe in Muslim. Like there's just so many religions, and then it's like you try to find where you kind of fit in all of that, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't really believe in this. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this. I just believe that there is something out there that's helping us, helping me, helping my family with, with our lives right now. And we don't know what it is, but the universe is there, and we just gotta put our trust in it. That's it, really. Yeah. And just live our life every day.
I totally agree, man. And I'm big on, like, I have friends that from all sorts of walks and beliefs, right? And I'm big on whatever is helping you,
Yeah.
by all means, you go that
Yes,
way.
yes.
You know, but for me, it's just like, man, I don't. It's hard to subscribe to anything because exactly what you said. Like, I can see myself here, but I don't really agree to
Mhm.
all of that.
Mhm.
I can see myself here, but I don't agree. And for me personally, it's like I struggle. Where I struggle most is like I remember growing up as a Catholic and going to mass every weekend,
Yeah.
or I remember going to church service as a Christian, every Sunday, and just kind of going through the routine and feeling like everything's okay.
Yeah.
And it's what I've learned on the like stepping outside of that was it's almost easier to kind of just follow along in
Yeah.
that, that trek of like, this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is what we believe and this is what we're supposed to do. As opposed to really trying to dig in and find out who God really is from the inside
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
And so, like I said, like I struggle in the sense that, or from the perspective of, man, if like there's like I guess the proverbial devil and
Okay.
the angel on my
Yeah.
shoulders, like,
Yeah.
see, if you just follow that, you wouldn't have to question all these
Yeah.
things. You can just go back to the Bible or go
Mhm.
back to this and be like, that'll be the answer or the silver lining to whatever you're looking for. And I'm like, man, I just don't feel like it's that simple. But
Yeah.
you know, and that's like it's not a knock on either of the Catholicism or Christianity or anything like that, or biblical thinking or biblical living. It's just through my experience and what I've seen and what I feel. It's just like it's hard for me to subscribe to any
Yeah.
of it anymore. So I mean, like you said, I think it's going to be a lifetime thing, and
Mhm.
I hope to at some point land on something that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Maybe.
yeah, I would love to Google something and be like, oh,
This is what it
that's
is.
God. See, that's what it is.
I get it.
It's funny. One night I was going through a super difficult time. I was in my condo, and I got super high.
Mhm.
I took some gummies or something.
Okay.
I took some gummies to go to sleep, but I think
Okay.
I took too much, and so I woke up in the middle of the night. I was super high.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was like, man, something's okay. That's why I took too much. And so I just wrote it out and just laid there. And then I had one of those, like, I'm not even gonna ask if you ever done it, but I was like, there's these times where I've gotten high, and I'm like, it's one of those super spiritual highs.
I get it.
And so,
I know what you mean.
and it was one of those that night, and I remember just staring out the window, like, oh, God, that's God, but
It's not.
there's no form.
Yeah.
There's no form. There's no title.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even want to say God,
Yeah.
but there's just this energy or this connectivity that I felt at that time that just washed over me. I remember journaling about it that next morning. Like, it was just a feeling of like connection, wholeness,
Okay.
just a real tangible, like, not overtaking, but like just overwhelm of like energy and love. And
Yeah. Yeah.
but I just remember, it's like, what is that? I was like, that's a God thing, but it's like I can't put
Yeah.
words to it. And so that's the thing that I still hold on to this day, of like, whoever, whatever, that greater being, creator
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's almost too simple to,
Too
point
much
at
to
one thing and
explain.
say, yeah, that's God
Yeah.
right there. Here, hold this book. There you go. Read that, and then you'll have all the answers. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it's that simple, but
Nah.
it's actually more difficult. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to follow, and but I'd much rather be in this space than to. This will probably offend some people, but I'd rather be in this space than to like just follow blindly
Yeah.
without having some answers to
Yeah.
the questions that I have.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I get that's just me.
honestly, you could say that for people who are kind of struggling with their spirituality or whatever and just trying to find something within themselves, you can just say that you are your own God.
Mm.
You can say that, right? Because if you can't really find yourself um, putting yourself anywhere in any religion, you can say that you're yourself, you're your own God because you control your own actions, you control what you say,
Mm.
you can control what you want in your life, what you want to outcome to be, and I think it's, but like I said, it's difficult. It's still difficult, right? So
And then there's the social side of that too, where it's like people don't like hearing that shit.
no,
You know, nobody wants to hear you say you are God, and
yeah,
like no,
this is what it is.
yeah. And then if you have enough people coming at you saying that's not right, then you start to question yourself
Yeah,
again, and then so that whole social side of it is makes it difficult as well. It's like I don't want to be the black sheep.
overbearing, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough because you know that you're going against the grain, and that's something that I struggled with early on. Like I had just like freshly divorced, and lost a lot of
Mhm.
friends and people from the church. Like I stepped away from the church,
Okay.
and so like there was just a lot of restructuring
Yeah.
of my just of my life from every angle. And in the eyes of a lot of people that used to be around me a lot, I was wrong.
Okay.
You're not supposed to divorce.
Mhm.
You're not. You shouldn't be letting your kids not be with you, and
Yeah.
you got to fight for that, and you shouldn't be questioning the
Yeah.
church, and you shouldn't be questioning your spiritual
Mhm.
beliefs and what you're being told. And what made it hard was the social side of it.
Yeah.
When you're seeing people that you broke bread with,
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
It's like, what are you doing?
yeah,
What are you doing?
you get the side
That's
eye.
not it.
Yeah,
That's not it.
yeah, yeah. Or not even getting that much. Just like we're not touching
Yeah.
that anymore.
Mhm.
No more calls, no more let's hang outs,
That's
no
so
more follow ups.
crazy.
Then all of you know how it is here.
Yeah.
It's fucking it's Manila small.
Mhm.
And so you hear this stuff comes back to you about
Yeah.
what's being said, and it was tough on me initially because it's like, man, I don't want to be the guy that's going against the grain,
Mhm.
but
That's who I am.
it's just what it is, right? Like I'm living my life the best way I can, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But it's gonna be like that. I think it's like that for anyone who decides that they want more for them for their own lives, and
Yep.
who's going for something greater than themselves and
Mhm.
all of that. Like those people need answers, and
Yeah.
those people need the right type of people around them, and
Yeah.
it's a whole slew of things that are necessary to move forward. And sometimes it takes being looked at as the asshole or being
Yeah.
looked at as,
Weird.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I take it, I embrace it now.
Yeah.
Some years of it, I'm like, people fall off, I'm like, it's
That's
par with the
life.
course. You know what I'm saying?
That's life.
It is what it is, man. Yeah.
It's crazy because I've had experience like that too, but um, it was when, funny enough, it was when I met my wife now.
Mm.
After I started talking to her and like started trying to like build a relationship with her. Um, some of my friends and even some of my family were like, "Oh, why are you dating her? Like, that's she's not good for you. Like, she's not it. Like, she's not the one that you need to be with. Like, so we've been together for 8 years now.
Wow.
Married for almost a year now. A year. It's been a year.
Right.
But throughout our entire relationship, there were so many times where I got like influenced by other people to like break up with her and to like just try to find another woman or go look for other people. And every time I would listen to them because at that time I was a little bit younger and I was still trying to find myself, like
Yeah.
I said, so I didn't really have my own voice.
Yep.
And I think throughout the whole process, I learned that I need to step up for myself. I need to know what I want. I need to know what I want to do with this relationship. If I really want to stay, or if I really don't want to stay. And I think that's something that she kind of helped me out with too. Was standing up for my own voice, because even if these other people were telling me to break up with her, she was saying like, okay, if they're saying that, then what do you want? Who do you want to be? Like, who? What is it that you want to, become in your own life? You can't be listening to other people your entire life. You need to find out what you like, find out what you want to be. And then, ever since she started saying that to me, I don't think we just grew, both
Yeah.
of us. We grew up, and I think we matured much earlier than a lot of people around us right now.
Yeah.
Because even though we're trying to like increase our life and like move forward, level up or whatever, the people that we see now that used to say that we shouldn't be together, they look like they're still like in their same
Yes.
spot. And then, but to look back and be like, oh, we actually went through all that. We experienced all of this, and now we're way better from it. Now we know how to take those type of situations, and whenever we do get into it again, we know what to do. And then, now that we know what to do, we can actually take it to another level. And now we have a kid.
Right.
Now we have our own family. Now we're like doing our own thing. I have my own thing that she likes. She has her own businesses and stuff that she's trying to grow, and it's been really cool.
That's great,
It's
man.
been real great.
It sounds like your wife is an amazing person for you to have, just the things that she's telling you,
Mhm.
because we need that. First
Yeah.
of all, like
Yes.
especially from a secure place, someone that close to you.
Mhm.
One of the things I constantly remind myself the last few years, because I mean, it's almost every year, I've become less surprised at the people that I have to kind of let go out of my life.
Yeah.
But it's a constant, and one of the things that gets me to that point is, are they paying my bills?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question to ask yourself. Yeah.
Are they helping me to, like you say, level up?
Yeah.
Are they there to support me when I'm at my lows?
Mhm.
If not, then you really don't
Yeah.
have anything
No.
to say to
Nope.
me right now, bro.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And the reality of stuff is, and that's good that you caught it, because you can look back, like you said, at those years and those people who were just trying to discourage you from your decision to
Yeah.
be with your wife. It's good that you can catch it and look back now and like, oh, they're kind of still stuck in the same
Routine.
stuff that they were
Same
doing
cycle.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things I witnessed and realized for myself in those respects is, people who are doing things in their lives that are worthwhile don't really have time to tell you, to try to bring you down
Yeah.
in any sort of
Mhm.
way,
Mhm.
right? Whether that be keyboard warriors and haters online,
Yeah.
like that can be a whole nother thing. But that one of the things that I realized with that too is like, cause I get hate and I get
Yeah.
stupid DMs, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it personally, now I just realize like, oh, that person's life is probably shit,
Yeah.
or they're probably also a loser
Yeah.
and not doing anything worthwhile. So they're angry, jealous, envious, bitter with
Yeah.
themselves. It's their shit,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that was a big realization for me. Like, if all you want to do is try to tell me, you know, or not even like ask, like, hey, are you sure? Because
Yeah.
maybe this, like, give me something
Yeah.
tangible that I can actually weigh up.
Like some advice or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know?
But if you're basing it off of your own experience and you're not even considering me as a man or as a
Mhm.
person, as a human,
Yeah.
why would I take anything you're
Yeah.
saying with not even a grain of salt, like
Mhm.
not at all? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's good, man. Yeah, I think you're 27. to have that I wish I had that mindset back then. But seriously, dog, like I got married. I was what was that? 2008. I was 26. So I got married at 26. I was at the height of my career. I was only in my second year.
Okay.
It was weird. What's weird is at that time when I told people that I was getting married, and that was a whole whirlwind of a situation in itself.
Yeah.
I had no one questioning, like,
Okay.
are you sure?
Yeah. There was like, congrats, like.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. You
Okay,
found someone.
okay,
And I was
okay.
like, looking back, I'm like, were they just worried because I was alone or single?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was happy as I was.
Right.
And just not to say that I regret getting married because I got two beautiful sons, but
Yeah.
it's just like, man, it's weird how selective people are with their own expectations of who you're supposed to be. So it's like, you're the MVP of the league. You should have a wife. You should be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You shouldn't be single.
Like
and
the standard.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. And it's like, now, if I was married already and I became MVP and I'm like talking about getting a divorce, now here come all these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird how people are, man. So I got to the point where it's like, you know what? If I don't want your life, then I'm not going to take your criticisms or whatever. If I don't want your life, or you're not doing anything that I would, or you haven't experienced what I've experienced, man, I've had so many people close to me, like, say, like, just talk shit about, being away from my kids, getting a divorce. Like, I've had so many people.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you have kids? No. Have you ever been married? No. Well, what the fuck are you saying to me right now? It's comical now. It's almost comical now because it's like, how can you tell me how I should show up as a father?
If you haven't gone through it.
You have no idea. You know what I mean?
You
like,
haven't even done it.
It's just, it's weird. People are weird that way, man. But, like I said, when you're trying to do more and you're trying to do better for yourself and you want better for yourself in your life, and you just got to take those L's, like, not even L's, you just got to take those, take that as part of the difficulty in the road to get to where you want to get.
Yeah. Like a stepping stone, kind of.
100%.
How long were you married?
8 years. Wow. We divorced officially, papers signed just shortly after what would have been 10 years.
Oh, damn.
Which was the diamond year, which means I would have had to break bread for that gift. So I kind of dodged the bullet. No, it's bullshit. I'm joking. But yeah, man, 8 years. And I learned a lot about myself, man. I really learned a lot about myself, about, who I was, what I wanted, what I didn't want.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some things that you learned from being married?
Communication is key.
Yeah.
Communication and being willing to listen and understand.
Yeah.
That's where I was really, really poor at. Well, we were, but I can only take accountability for my side of it. Like, there are a lot of things that I felt, a lot of ways and perspectives that I had that I just didn't talk enough about.
Okay.
Whether even my own boundaries.
Yeah.
What I needed as a player, like when I'm in season.
Okay.
There's just a lot of things that I didn't verbalize or communicate that I think would have helped her as a wife. So yeah, communication for sure. And people say compromise.
That's hard. That's a hard word.
Yeah, and it's become almost convoluted now with just the interpretations of it. But there's a sense of compromise, but still with that, it boils down to how you communicate and understand each other.
Yeah.
And then that makes the compromise make sense.
Yeah.
And not just saying, well, you're the wife or you're the husband, so you're supposed to be blah blah
Like
blah.
doing this,
Yeah,
doing that.
so die to whatever you think you
Yeah.
need to do, which is not fair. So, yeah, dog, I would say communication is,
Okay.
and that's in anything though, really. Marriage for sure, because you see each other every day, and
Yeah.
it's supposedly till death do you part. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna see somebody every day, then you better be able to talk clearly.
Anything.
Yeah, for real.
Literally anything.
Yeah. But it's big for us in our I've learned in our industry as well, with the
Yeah.
team, with being able to talk
To your teammates.
to your teammates.
Coaches.
Exactly. Yeah. And how well that goes depends on how well you communicate it, how well people take it.
Yeah.
And, if everybody can get on the same page with that, yeah, it's great. But at the same time, sometimes people won't take it well,
Yeah.
and you got to be able to stand on whatever you're fucking talking about.
Whatever you believe in.
Yeah, exactly. Or, be able to stand on it as far as you understand it or think it or believe it, but also be willing to see the opposite side of it or what,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then balance it out from there.
Yeah.
I think what's helped me is like I don't get stuck on my own beliefs anymore.
Okay.
And I used to. Like, I'll feel strongly about something. For example, I feel a certain way with something with what coach says or did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it, and I'll say it how I feel it.
Okay.
But then he'll explain what his side.
What he sees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I can see a clearer picture, and I'm like,
Okay.
all right, I guess I need to adjust here.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's like, this is what it is and blah, blah, blah. And then it just causes a stir of, problems.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't help any situation. So
How long you been in the PBA now?
how old are you? No, I'm sorry.
Probably older. I mean,
When I got in the PBA, you were probably still outside playing again, in the sprinklers, dog.
Yeah, bro.
I got in the PBA in 2006.
2006.
Yeah. Well, not as not as long as Rafi.
No, that's what I was just about to say too, because he be coming into practice with shirts that say like 2000 or 1998 champions. I'll be like,
Wow.
damn, Ralph.
Yeah, original. The
He's
original.
like, yeah, I was playing basketball when you was still in diapers, bro. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
Jesus Christ, bro, that's insane.
He was here in the 90s then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He was playing in the NBA. Yeah.
Crazy.
The craziest thing still that I remember from him telling him when I first met him, he told me that he played with our coach now, Coach Cheeto.
Wow.
They played together.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh my goodness, he's OG, but he's old, bro.
That's triple OG right there. I'm double OG. That's triple OG. Jeez.
He's cool though, bro.
Yeah, man, I love Raph. Dog. He was when I first got out here, he was one of the first people I met through the national team.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I first got here in 05,
Mm-hmm.
I started practicing with the national team because Coach Chot was the
He's been
head
a coach for
there.
a long time too.
Hmm?
He's been a coach for a long time too.
Coach Chot?
Yeah, here in the PBA.
Yeah. He was here and then he left and he came back. But he was with Coca-Cola. He was with a lot of.
Damn.
Yeah, Chot's been around for a really long time. But yeah, I met Raph with the national team. We did some international tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah, Rafi's been one of the most consistent guys that I've, I say known, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody I know as far as players kind of have been arm length away just because of how I am. But from what I see, Rafi's been one of the most consistent guys. Like, didn't switch up, didn't change up. Every time I see him, he's always showing love.
Yeah.
He's always like, "What's up, Kel?
Yeah.
Man, what's going on? Everything's good." Yeah, and because I remember when I first got here, we were practicing, and I'm like, damn, this dude's tall as shit. But Chot had him. He was pushing the ball up.
He was bringing the ball down?
Yeah. He used to push point. He would play point sometimes just to
What?
bring in the ball. Like, he's guarding. Like, damn, okay, that's how it is out here. I need to
Damn.
adjust. But yeah, man, He's a good dude. He's one of my like pegs. You know, when I get in my head to think like I need to slow down or whatever, I think of Raph. I'm
Yeah.
like, I ain't no slow down,
No,
man.
bro.
There's a lot left, and I know there's a lot left in me. So I'm like, yeah,
No,
dog.
bro.
I think Rafi can go to 50 if he wanted to.
I think he will.
You think he
I
will?
think that's a goal of his, honestly. Even though he's never told anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at him now. Like, I know he wants to keep going. I remember when I first came to the Magnolia, and we had viewing, and I was just talking to him, like saying just random conversation, whatever, and then I asked him when he's gonna retire because he's one of the oldest on our team. And he's like, "Man, I'm not gonna retire until we win another championship." I was like, "Oh, okay,
There you
okay,
go.
all right, Raph." But we've had a couple shots at it, but I really think that he's not gonna leave until we win another one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But the way he keeps his body like in shape all the
Yes.
time, the way he eats, the way he just has his routines with his daily life and everything, man, he can play for a long, long time if
Yeah,
he
man.
wanted to.
He keeps himself shit. And what's crazy is it like because your coach would just throw him in there at random
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have times I'm sitting on the bench and I'm like, hey, coach, if you don't put me in the next 5, I might have to go to the back and get on the bike or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so for him to be ready like that, like it really takes a certain type of professional to keep your mind ready, accept certain roles and situations.
Mhm.
And over the years, it's just been, you know what I mean, for him to be
Yeah.
able to ride the waves. Because I think at you've been in the league long enough to see it's less about even skill. It's more about getting through the politics and
Yeah.
the fucking business side of things.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I've seen so many guys, I would say falter. Like I've seen a lot of guys not be able to deal with that
Yeah.
because and super talented, whatever, great players, but not be able to deal with it because of some bullshit with contracts or politics or
negotiations
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that.
It's like, man, it's just it's a lot. So, to be able to, I can't even imagine like literal decades for Rafi to, you know what I mean?
2
like,
decades.
Yeah. Of seeing this from,
all different sides.
yeah, from then until now is like, man, that's next level.
You think he's gonna want to coach?
I think he would be a good coach.
Yeah, I think so.
He seems like a empathic type of person that, and then obviously he understands the game and how players are.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
He's always telling me on the bench like, he's like, hey man, I don't know why you're not in there. I don't know why you're not in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not in there. I'm like, I don't know, right? I'm just here. I'm ready though. I'm ready.
I've been saying that shit since your rookie year, dog. Since your rookie year, I've been saying that. I remember, was it the bubble?
I think so.
When we played y'all the first time.
In the finals?
Yeah.
With Mikey?
Yeah, but even before that, like in the regular season, we played y'all.
Oh, we had a season in Pasig.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is this? Firing. You were firing 4-point shots before there were 4-point shots.
No, right.
I've been saying that since the beginning, dog. Like, that's why, when we message, it's keep your head, stay focused, because I know how this shit can be.
Mhm.
I've seen it so many times where there's guys that should be out there. And that's what I'm going back to what I just said. Like, I've seen so many guys that should be out there, have worked their ass off.
Yeah.
It's clear that they're better than the guys that are playing ahead of them.
Mhm.
But for some reason or another, they're not getting the tick.
Yeah.
And it's super frustrating. And I've seen guys harp on that and then mentally check out, and then their game goes to the toilet, And it's sad to see, but that's just the nature of the beast.
How do you think you can, like, if somebody's kind of going through that right now, what would you say? Like, how do you think they could kind of get through it?
Well, first is the obvious is the just keep chipping away, like putting in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like keep making sure you're staying on top of your shit.
Mhm.
I've the younger guys that I've had over the year or been teammates with over the years, they would come to me when they hear their name in the trade rumors or,
Yeah.
And I'm like, man,
Don't even
until it
listen
goes
to
through,
it.
until it goes through, then you deal with it then.
Yeah.
But between now and then,
Uh-huh.
stay on your shit.
Yeah.
So like, I've been with Talking Text. This is since 2010. I'm still on my toes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know. You never
don't know.
know.
Yeah, you
You
don't know
never
what's gonna
know.
happen.
You never know. So it's like, and it's usually the moment you think shit is sweet
Then that's
is
when
when
it gets
stuff,
you.
when
Yeah.
that table gets flipped. So I'm like, hey, this is my mindset when I come in every day. I don't know what's going to happen. So if something happens where I get traded, they going to feel it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we play, I'm going for 50 against y'all.
No,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel that,
I'm
bro.
going for 50. Then I'm
I
going
feel
to
it.
slide right back into my little, my lane. Like I know I
feel
got to be that team
bro.
player. So that's what I would say first. Like, regardless, don't allow your mind to slip into that dip of why this or why is that or why, just keep putting in your work,
Yeah.
knowing what you need to do. Right. So that's number one. Now, the tricky part, the hard part is can you actually talk to someone about it? Like if a person's in that situation, like, can you talk to the coach to get clarity?
Yeah.
Maybe, coach sees me as this. Obviously, we know ourselves as players,
Yeah.
and we feel like I'm the same way. Like I've been a center for some fucking reason since 2012, maybe 2013. I hate the shit.
The center.
I hate it.
The 5 position.
Yeah, like what what in me looks like a 5, like, but that's the kind of I mean, I understand that's the role that I've been put in, right? So my mind is like, I got to adjust, and I need to, but I also want to maximize myself in that position, for example, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I know I'm gonna play the 5. I know I'm gonna have to guard fucking Ian Sangalang. I know I'm gonna have to guard Junmar Fajardo, and so I start there, but then it's like, who am I as a player? I know I can bring the ball up.
Yep.
I know I can make moves. So I'm like, all right, let's maximize these opportunities. But there's got to be, for me, it has to make sense.
Yeah.
It always comes down to it. This needs to make sense to me.
Yeah.
So I've had conversations with past coaches. I'm like, what do you see me? So then at least I can understand what you see, and I don't take it and say, oh, I'll conject, like have just as full conjecture or just try to figure out what this coach is thinking on my own.
Yeah.
Right. Because when I do that, I'm usually taking it to the most negative side of like, he doesn't like me.
And then just like deflect it.
Yeah. Or he just wants to he's trying to,
he's just seen the worst out of me.
Yeah. He's trying to set me up for failure. Whereas a conversation, whether coach is right or wrong, at least you know where he stands.
Yeah.
And so I would say that would be the next part of it, like just to get an understanding, so you're not left in your own mind trying to figure out somebody else's thought process.
Yeah.
Again, that's the communication thing is key, man. And then after that, a lot of the stuff we don't control, and so we don't even fuck with it. Like whether we get traded or not, whether whatever happens after that, if you put in the work, you try to communicate with who you can communicate with, preferably the coach, because he should be making the decisions on who's going in and not. After that, he should be. That wasn't always the case in my experience. Sometimes there are a higher power pulling these punches, but after that, it's like, what else can I control outside of that? Nothing. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that then.
Yeah.
Right. I can't control if I get traded. I can control
how hard I work
Exactly.
or how many hours I put in.
100%. I can control how I take care of myself off the court.
Yep.
I can control how I eat. I can control how I, you know what I mean? Keep
Yeah.
my body and mind ready.
Yeah.
And I think that's the stuff that makes the most difference for us in developing as players,
Yeah.
as humans, which means more than some minutes on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things that I don't know if I could say that I've learned, but there's a lot of things that I've experienced already being in the PBA for 4 years that I can already just apply to like outside of basketball.
Yes.
Right? Consistency. That's one thing. Being disciplined in my hard work. Making sure that basketball isn't the only thing I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about my family. Also thinking about my kid. And just a bunch of other things that I've taken from basketball that I could literally apply to anywhere and anything that I want to do in my life. So if there is like people that are like younger than me or even not even younger than me that are just trying to kind of struggling, I think I'll just tell them to just find outlets in what you like to do in your life. Like try to find things that can take your mind off of basketball, because most of the time if you let basketball just run your mind, then you're going to be stressed.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All the time, right? So, go home, watch some TV, Netflix, do whatever you feel, talk to your family, your friends, whatever. And I think your career will last for a long time if you just stick to those things.
Yeah, for sure. Just keeping the stress level down is a big part of like life in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like how stressful how it is for athletes. Yeah. You really need to be mindful of doing the things that you enjoy, because we're putting our bodies through fucking hell. It's difficult, especially that first few weeks with like the season just started and you're going through conditioning.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh my man, fucking tell me about it. I retired 2020, came back 2021.
Oh yeah, I forgot you retired.
Yeah,
bro.
I retired for a little bit. That was my second time.
Yeah.
And man, when I tell you we went out of town for like, because they had this was still during the COVID lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we went out of town for conditioning.
Okay.
Right? Like just to be in our little bubble and work out preseason. I was like, I made a bad decision. I should not have come back. This is not what I want for my life and body and well-being. But it's been like that though. You know how it is. Like that conditioning, that first week, you're thinking,
you're dying, bro.
You're like, do I really want to play this game that bad?
Is basketball really fun?
Exactly. And so you get home, you're like, fuck my leg. That next day or the day after that, you're like, legs are dead and
my knees hurt.
Oh my gosh! Wait till you turn 40, dog. Wait till you get into that mid-30 range. You're like, dude, how big are you on your recovery stuff?
I think I'm still learning about it, but I think I have a good routine on
What's your routine?
Do. Usually so I'll get to my workout, then I'll do my little like 15-minute warm up to get everything activated.
Right,
my legs, my hamstrings, quads, calves, my arms too, everything.
Good.
So that when I actually start my workout, I can just go. I can go right away.
Right.
I can do my little high intense workout, shooting, dribbling and all that. And then after that, I'll go do weights. Usually I'll do weights for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
After that, I'll ice my knees. I'll ice my ankles. But then if those aren't available, usually my first option is taking an ice bath.
There you go.
Usually for like 5 minutes, maybe. I'll stay in there for 5 minutes. And then after that, I'll hop in the hot bath for like 10 minutes. Yeah. Chilling in there. I'll be falling asleep, though, low key.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'll usually just go home, and then I wouldn't really do anything after that because I just want to just like chill with my kid or like spend time with my wife, play video games or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll just be laying on the couch, trying to get my legs back for the next day
Right.
because usually the next day is like the same thing, same routine.
Yeah.
And then that's just like when we don't have practice. So it's harder on the legs when we do have practice.
Yeah.
Because when we have practice, let's say practice is at like 9 or like 10. I'll get there the time that Paul gets there. Because Paul be getting there like 6, 5 a.m. I'll be like, jeez, bro.
Damn.
But that's when I first got to the PBA. He was like one of the first people I asked, oh, what time are you going to be there?
Yeah.
So I was there. I'm there like same time as him, maybe 30 minutes after him.
Right.
And then, so I'll shoot for like an hour or 2 hours. Then I'll stretch. Then after my stretching, we'll already start our practice. So then we got to warm up again. The whole team is warming up again. And after the warm up, we'll go out through our whole routine practice. Then after practice, I'll shoot again for like an hour or two. After my shooting, I'll stretch. After my stretching, I'll ice.
Good, man.
I got a whole little routine, man. It's just from learning from all of the people who's already been through it, right?
Yep.
I see Paul like icing after practice. Even before practice, he'd be icing. Even Mark, Raph,
Yeah.
they do really good with taking care of their bodies, and there's a reason why they're playing
Yeah.
for this long, right?
You really see the difference between the guys that really like
Yeah.
take care
Yeah.
of their bodies as opposed to the guys who don't.
Yeah.
The guys that last, you look at a guy like Mark or Paul, both. Like you see the
Yeah,
product,
the
you
work,
see it.
yeah.
You see it. Mark's one of my favorites too. I was with him for a little bit with the first Gilas 1.0
Okay, yeah.
with him and Marcus Staldet.
Yeah,
and those
bro.
guys.
They were nice.
Yeah, dude. Young. They were young, straight out of pretty much out of college,
Yeah.
basically.
They were fast too.
Yeah, dude. But he's one of my favorites, man. He was one of those guys. After every practice, he's working on his runners. He's working on all those little shots that he's fucking killing us and the league
Floaters.
with. Yeah,
The little leaners off the backboard.
that you wouldn't expect are gonna go in,
Yeah.
and he's just like he's so good at that stuff. But I would literally see him before and after practice doing these things, man. And he's one of those guys that he really practices. I haven't seen him since the Gilas
Yeah.
in practice, but like from what I've seen, he's one of those guys that practices literally how he plays.
Yeah.
And it translates.
Yeah.
Which is cool to see.
Yeah, I see him before every game. He be getting a massage for like 30 minutes to an hour before every game.
Before the game?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I be like, damn, work every game, work every game.
Well, he's getting his
He's
getting
like,
his
I need
ass
to get
beat.
loose. I need to get loose.
He's physical. He's right in the shit. He's not afraid to bump.
He's not, bro. He's good.
Yeah, dude. That's good, man. You got to have that routine. That recovery, I learned, is one of the most important things. Like I tell guys now, like especially young guys, they don't for some reason they don't ice. I don't want to say for some reason because I was the same way.
Yeah.
But I tell them now, like, hey, start now.
Yeah.
Start already just getting in the habit of icing after practice or icing after games.
Yeah.
And making a real recovery routine because your body's going to thank you for it later on down the line. It's one of those things where you may not see like tangible results right
From
away.
those, yeah.
Yeah. But when you look back after 2 months, 3 months, you get to the end of the conference or start getting deep into the playoffs, you're like, oh shit, I can still hit that other gear. You know what I mean? And where a lot of other guys are breaking down. So that's good though, man. Keep tightening it up as far as like
Everything.
You got to be strict with that stuff,
Yeah.
man, because that's one of those things nobody's really gonna
Tell
kind of.
you.
Yeah, they're not gonna say, hey,
Go ice, man.
Jerrick, did you ice today? Did you get in the hot tub? I would say I'd switch it though. I would do the hot tub first and then get
ice?
in the ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, theoretically for me, so like here I do sauna, cold tub.
I really want
Every
a
day.
sauna so
Dog,
bad.
it's been a
bro.
game changer for me.
Oh
Dog.
my God.
Seriously. So like after every game, pretty much every day, but definitely after every game, I'll do sauna hot tub.
Okay.
And the reason why I do hot first is because the blood circulates, like the vessels expand, the blood vessels expand, the veins, everything expands to help blood flow, right?
Okay.
And now within that, you have, depending on the workout or even workout, game, whatever, running, you have the lactic acids and all these things that are just kind of built up. So like now you get it flowing, you get your blood flowing, and then you jump into the cold. Now it's constricting, and you're essentially flushing out those places right. Okay. So imagine your knees are on fire after a game. You went double overtime. You get into the hot, you kind of free it from that buildup. Yeah. And then you constrict it with the cold, so now you can flush it out. Okay. So that's usually what I'm on.
I remember when my wife booked us a little like massage at a physio spa. You ever heard of that?
Sounds familiar.
It's somewhere on QC Ave, I think.
Physio spa.
But so we went there. She booked it for us, and then the reason why I said I wanted a sauna was because she booked us this like private couple massage thing. So they got us a room and everything, and in the room, in the bathroom, there's the little, I don't know, is it Ogawa?
Ogawa, yeah.
And they made us stay in there for like, I think they said it had to be like Ogawa. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes, something like that. And oh man, after that, I got out, I was like, damn, why do I feel so good?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Is it an infrared one or the carbon? Do you remember what it was?
No, I don't remember what it was.
Was it a red light or was it just a regular light?
Red light. It was a red light.
Okay, yeah, infrared.
It was a red light.
Those are really good. I do infrared therapy as well.
Yeah, and then they told us to stay in there for like 30 minutes, bro. I was dripping, bro. I've never sweated that much, even when I'm playing basketball. Yeah. And then they told us to take a cold shower. So
after.
Because they told us that, like what you just said, that like your muscles open up, everything, like your pores open up, so that all the sweat comes out. All the sweat's
Toxins.
supposed to be like, dirty and whatever. So that when you take a cold shower, and then you get the massage, just like, oh, okay, that's how you feel relaxed and everything. Yep. So, and then they stretch us and everything. It's cool. It was a cool little experience.
I'm gonna look into that physio spa. Where did you say it is?
QC Ave.
Okay. They got an IG.
Yeah, they do.
Send me that joint. Okay. Look it up.
I got you.
I love spots like that. If I don't have to like leave, if I can get a room and we can do everything in there, that's the best.
Yeah, it's awesome, bro.
Somebody told me about, because I've been looking for a spot where that has a hot tub inside the room. If you know of any.
They got places like that?
Well, I heard that, what's the name of that one place down, that big hotel with the casino?
Solaire?
No. Newer.
Is it?
Starts with an O.
Osaka.
In
by MOA?
Yeah. Okay. Apparently they have a suite that has like a hot tub in it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I'm on this hot tub kick. I guess I'm getting not tired of the sauna. I love the sauna, but it's like I do cold water every day, and I'm like, that would be nice to just switch it up. Anyway, that's some random shit. You and Mav are 6 years apart. Yeah. You guys see each other a lot?
Lately, no. We haven't, because we were both in the playoffs. Right. So, I mean, we were just trying to focus on, like, our teams and stuff. Right. But ever since our team got eliminated, I've been watching all of his games. Right. So, except the ones where they're out of town. Right. But if it's like in Araneta or Phil Sports, whatever, I'm always watching. Yeah. I'm bringing my wife with me, sometimes my kid. So.
You went to Adamson, right?
Yeah. All the way down in the dumps of Manila, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was always, whenever it rained, it would be flooding. Wow. Like 6 inches of water, bro. Like I would go. I remember I went to school one day, and Adamson's like right here, and then my condo I had to walk to was like on a straight line, right? Right. But that road, San Marcelino, whenever it rains, super floody, right?
And you gotta walk through that.
I had to walk through the 6 inches of water just to get to my condo.
It's not just water.
In my school clothes too.
It's not just water.
It's not water. It's not water.
It started as water. Damn.
Yeah, but it was tough.
How many years did you play with them?
4 years.
You played 4 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
I played 4. I could have stayed one more year because you have 5 apparently in college over here. But
Yeah.
after my 4th year,
Okay.
pandemic happened, and then after that, the PBA changed, or they lifted the rules of like D-League games.
Yeah.
Because you needed 14 to get in the draft, right?
Right.
I only had 13.
Wow, that's so
I
weird.
needed
how they
one
do
more.
that, dude.
I needed one more game, and then but they lifted it. So during the pandemic, I told my wife, I was like, man, I'm going to the PBA, bro. I gotta go to the PBA.
Mm.
And then, cause I was thinking about leaving the Philippines at that time. Excuse me.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, I was thinking about leaving because my wife wanted to go to school in a different country, in Canada. Because her brother's over there right now, too. So I was going to go over there and just go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
But, no, just like the perfect timing. PBA lifted the rule, and then I was like, I'm gonna just try it. Just try to go to PBA. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to get picked or if I'm not going to get picked or whatever, but, hey, it all worked out. I got picked 10th, and then I'm on a good team now, and hopefully my career lasts for a good amount of time. A decade at least, I want.
Well,
at least.
You're on your way, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing the right things. You got a great head on your shoulders. You got good people behind you.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's
Yeah.
really the key to life, man. So, like, keep doing what you're doing,
Okay,
man.
bro.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'm excited for your career. I wanted you on here because you're one of the guys that I respect,
Appreciate
and
that.
following your career, even our exchanges on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, he wants more than just this. And
Hell yeah.
honestly, that's what it's about, really, man. Like
Yeah.
this stuff, like this basketball stuff, the window is like this.
Tiny.
You know what I'm saying?
Super tiny.
And if, like you said, if we only get caught up in this window and think that's all that life is, this is all we're gonna see.
Yeah.
When life is like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing, dog. And I'll be here for you when, if Rafi ever retires, I'll be your kuya on this side,
Okay.
dog.
I got you.
I'll put you on the.
We need it.
Yeah, do the whole sauna cold tub thing,
Yeah,
all
bro.
that, dude.
Yes, bro. Need that. I'm down.
For sure, dog. No, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks,
bro.
Jerrick.
Appreciate it, man.
For sure.